Hi, ready to explore NT world with me? Let's do it. So on this video, I'm going to give you an overview of some things about the NTs collectively, and then I'm going to break it down into the NTP types and the NTJ types. So let's get into NT world. Shall we? We shall. So NTs are more interested in what's theoretical rather than what's ethical or economical. In their minds, they're always asking questions that measure the pros and cons of things. They're extremely curious about how things work. They may struggle with small talk at times and don't deal in what they consider trivial or obvious. Sometimes they don't have the patience for what's repetitive. If there's a problem, they're good at tackling it. They prefer to stay cool and collected and unshakable. When a situation intensifies, they relax more rather than worrying about things beyond their control. They're highly self-critical when it comes to intelligence, and they don't take it well when someone criticizes them in this area because intelligence is a top priority for them. They have strong willpower. In fact, their willpower is their greatest virtue. They put logic above all else. They really admire inventive genius types, and they seek heroes. There are people that they really admire, but by the same token, they can show great contempt. They constantly think of differences that make a difference. They're born skeptics and doubters. Everything must be proven. Most things, in their opinion, are filled with error, even with the best intentions. So let's break it down a little more, because there are some distinct differences between J types and P types. So let's talk about the NTP types first. Shall we? We shall. And these are our INTPs and our ENTPs. They're not interested in taking charge so much, even though some of them can and will if they're put into that role. But you better believe they're informative. They can offer a wealth of information. They're not interested in being innovative just for the heck of it, but to discover or figure something out. They're good at making models and prototypes. They want effective means which leads to innovation. They examine the relationship between function and structure, and they're abstract in their thinking, and they speak with preciseness. They're unmatched in their sharp ability to find errors, which helps them to verbally squash an opponent. They can outwit rules and regulations. If something is prohibited, they can find legal reasons to go around it. They're language people, so they're very good with words and see power in it. They feel strongly about analysis. They think 3 or 4 moves ahead because the downfall could be in the 3rd or 4th move. So if you think ahead in every situation, you can get to a winning solution. A smart NTP gains an understanding of what they don't want to lose. They don't want the exit to be too far away, so they learn to move around it. They can study endlessly and randomly. They follow a stream until it leads to knowledge. When they run into obstacles or useless information in their investigations, they turn to self-instruction. They are wanderers. Even in their personal lives, they may wander from one thing to another. They entertain what's valuable and disregard information that's not. They look for opportunities to grow. They only need rough sketches or vague planning to proceed and rely on their ingenuity to avoid pitfalls. They may be uninterested in over-preparing or thoroughness and may lose interest once they've figured something out. Time is not a factor. They can be quite spontaneous and go with the flow and give themselves a lot of time in which to tinker and complete something. They are verbally adept, and they tend to have many objects or gadgets. Alrighty, so now since we've explored our perceiver types, let's get into the NTJs, which are the ENTJ and the INTJ. These are our judger types. So NTJs are deliberate and conscious. They're good at establishing and defining goals. They are apt to take over and take charge more than any other types. There are some people who want to be leaders and aren't good at it. These types, on the other hand, they don't necessarily seek to take charge and may not even be aware of this action in some cases. It just comes naturally. They focus on what the end result of a thing will be. What's the aim? And then they follow that trail to the end. They know inherently what actions to take. They want to bring the most results without wasting time. They're organizers and believe strongly in efficiency. Sometimes they can appear arrogant in their confidence. They're sculptors. They're rigorous, exacting, and accurate. They're open to mistakes for learning's sake, but don't want to repeat those mistakes once they've figured them out. They can appear calm on the outside, but they have an unquenchable thirst for achievement and feel constantly nagged by the possibility of failure. They want to master things. They're not interested in taking advantage of the weak, but they also guard against being taken advantage of. They want fairness and what's just. They can take in input from others as long as it makes sense. They encourage learning and knowledge. They appreciate strategy rather than tactics. They always have a strategic plan. Play for them is usually scheduled. So I hope you've enjoyed delving into the world for a few minutes of NTs, the intuitive thinking types of Myers-Briggs. Now, if you want me to do more videos on the NT types, then hit the thumbs up button. Remember to subscribe so that you can see new videos that I'm doing, and I hope you'll keep exploring and learning with me. Thanks for watching Tams PsychAdvice. See you next time. Bye.